Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the incredible power of the Bible, exploring those timeless stories that have the power to uplift us, especially when we're going through tough times. Life can throw us curveballs, leaving us feeling lost and uncertain. But you know what? We serve a God who is bigger than any problem, any challenge, any obstacle that comes our way. The Bible is filled with stories of ordinary people who faced extraordinary trials, men and women who stumbled and fell, yet they rose again, their spirits ignited by an unwavering faith in God's goodness. Their stories are not just ancient tales, they're filled with timeless wisdom and inspiration that can guide us through the storms of life. So let's open our hearts and minds as we revisit these incredible journeys of faith, resilience, and the unwavering love of God. Let's get started. Have you ever felt like you were hit with one setback after another, like the weight of the world was on your shoulders? That's precisely what Job experienced. Now, Job was a righteous man, a man of integrity, deeply devoted to God. But life took a turn, and he lost everything: his possessions, his family, even his health. Can you imagine the pain, the despair he must have felt? Yet even in the midst of unimaginable suffering, Job refused to curse God. He clung to his faith, declaring, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." Job teaches us that even when we don't understand, even when life seems unfair, our faith in God's goodness can be our anchor in the storm. It's a powerful reminder that our trials don't define us. What defines us is how we respond, how we hold on to hope, how we keep believing that even in the darkest night the dawn will come. Job's story is a testament to the human spirit's incredible capacity for resilience, fueled by an unshakable faith in God. Joseph's journey is a testament to the fact that even when life throws you the most unexpected curveballs, God has a plan, and his plan is always for good. Imagine being betrayed by your own family, sold into slavery, falsely accused, imprisoned. That was Joseph's reality. But even in the depths of despair, even when it seemed like all hope was lost, Joseph chose to trust in God. He could have easily given in to bitterness and anger, but instead, he held on to hope. He used his gifts, his talents, and his unwavering faith to rise above his circumstances. He went from a prison cell to becoming second in command in all of Egypt, his wisdom and guidance saving countless lives. And you know what Joseph said to his brothers, the very ones who had betrayed him? "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Talk about forgiveness. Talk about seeing the bigger picture. Joseph's story reminds us that God can take even the most difficult situations and turn them around for our good and his glory. We all face giants in our lives, challenges that seem insurmountable, fears that threaten to overwhelm us. David, a young shepherd boy, faced his giant, the mighty Goliath. Goliath was a fearsome warrior, his size and strength enough to intimidate an entire army. But David, armed with his faith in God, saw things differently. He said, "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." David's faith wasn't just words, it was a force that propelled him to face his fears head-on. He didn't focus on Goliath's size, he focused on God's greatness. David's story teaches us that with God on our side we can overcome any giant, any obstacle, any challenge that comes our way. It's a reminder that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward in faith, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. Imagine being thrown into a den of lions, your heart pounding, the stench of fear all around you. That was Daniel's reality. He was a man of integrity, a man who refused to compromise his faith, even when it meant facing the king's wrath. Daniel's unwavering belief in God's protection led him to continue praying, even when it was forbidden. His enemies, consumed by jealousy, saw an opportunity to get rid of him. They convinced the king to issue a decree that no one could pray to anyone but the king himself. But Daniel refused to bow to this decree. He knew in his heart that his allegiance was to God alone. And you know what? God honored Daniel's faith. When Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, those ferocious beasts were miraculously silenced. The king, amazed, realized the power of Daniel's God and released him. Daniel's story is a testament to the power of unwavering faith, a faith that trusts in God's protection, even in the face of danger. Paul and Silas, these incredible apostles of Christ, faced persecution, beatings, and imprisonment for their unwavering faith. Yet even in the depths of a dark and dreary prison cell, their hearts overflowed with joy. They chose to praise God, to lift their voices in song, their melodies echoing through the cold, damp prison walls. The other prisoners listened in astonishment. How could these men find such joy in the midst of such suffering? Paul and Silas understood that true joy, the kind that surpasses all understanding, doesn't come from our circumstances, it comes from our connection to God. Their story reminds us that even in the darkest of times, we can choose to focus on God's goodness, on his faithfulness. We can choose to find reasons to be grateful, to let our hearts overflow with praise, knowing that God is with us, strengthening us, and working all things together for our good. Thanks for watching. Remember, no matter what you're going through, these stories remind us that faith and hope can carry us through the toughest times. Just like Job, Joseph, David, Daniel, Paul, and Silas. We can overcome any obstacle, any challenge, any adversity with God by our side. Let their stories inspire you to keep pressing forward, to keep believing, to keep trusting in God's plan for your life. His ways are higher than our ways, and He promises to never leave us nor forsake us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content. And remember, no matter what life throws your way, always choose faith over fear, hope over despair, and love over hate. God bless you.